So welcome everyone, I'm Alexander Mihalcha and today we have one of the industry leaders, Denis Elkin, CMO of Alps to Alps. Welcome Denis, how are you doing today?
Yeah, hi Alexander. Thank you for having me today. Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm great and I'm excited to have you on the podcast today and I'm sure you're going to be of great value for the audience. Now, before we dive in, could you give us a quick overview of what Alps to Alps does?
Yeah. So Alpstops is a leader of the transportation industry in Alps, in winter Alps. So we do private and shared transfers from airport to ski resorts and back. And we also do ski rentals, ski passes, and currently we are expanding into new geographical regions.
Okay, interesting. And basically, what inspired you to join Alps to Alps? Was there a specific moment or experience that sparked this journey?
So there were several things that inspired me. First of all, the team. The team is absolutely great. A team of A players. That's what I was looking for. The second thing is the product. So Alpstops is 15 years old company, so pretty experienced and a pretty established company that is growing with a great pace. And the industry, the tourism industry, is very interesting for me. So it's like I used to work in transportation industry for a while, and now we have the era of AI. So, and that's a great opportunity to apply new technologies into established tourism industry.
Yeah, right. And for example, can you walk us through how Alps to Alps journey from traditional transportation to becoming a tech-enabled transfer service? Because I think this is very interesting.
Well, so that's a great question. I think everybody of us and the listeners use ChatGPT, Gemini, etc. 1.5 years ago, we all started to explore these opportunities, and we started mentioning that more and more traffic comes from ChatGPT, for example,
Yeah.
and we need to rearrange our SEO efforts to meet these changes. Also, we are growing a lot, and like if the company grows, when the company grows, you need to scale your team, right? And now we are AI first company, so we hire AI agents before we hire people. So, and we have several engineers who are like dedicated to building AI instruments for all of us, and this it pays off. That's
Yeah.
what I want to say.
Yeah, right. And for example, what unique challenges does operating in the Alps region present for a transportation company?
Wow, there are several challenges starting from like brick and mortar challenges with cars, drivers, with the snow. For example, we had a rock fall in one of the main roads in Alps, the road that connects the Geneva airport with a big region, with skiing
Yep.
region, for example. Yeah, and it was like for several days the road was closed, and this is like their first safety, timings, dispatch, etc. So this is the first layer. The second layer is that we need to pick our tourists from different locations, and the dispatch is a very challenging uh, thing. And then the competitive landscape, and we have great competitors, and I love to compete with them.
Yeah.
So And then like moving up and up and up, so we have tourists from all over the world. So we are doing marketing for British people, for French people, for Americans, for Spanish people, Brazilians, etc. So, but we have one website for all of them. So, and we have so we need to to do campaigns that will work for every person on the planet. That's a pretty complicated task.
Okay, okay, see. So basically, you have to tailor the website in order to address to all audience.
Yeah, yeah, which is yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. And for example, how did you first identify the opportunity to integrate AI into your marketing strategy?
The first one was I yeah, I think the first one was when we started generating images with I think it was mid journey, it was mid of the previous year. Mm, the problem is you cannot always find a good photo in the photo stock
Yes.
for our particular industry. So we started generating images with Midjourney. Then we started using AI in our copywriting efforts and translation, and that was like one of the first things that we started to do. And first we did it manually. So, for
Yeah.
example, for copywriting, our manager went to Gemini, for example, and submitted prompts there. And after that, now we are automating this process. So the manager doesn't go to the Gemini console itself. So we write prompts in IDE, and then an engineer integrate everything in one workflow.
Okay. And also because you mentioned this about the content, so could you share a specific example how AI generated content has improved your marketing results?
Yeah, so uh, how AI generated content had improved marketing results. So, like we have several examples. First of all, we had some viral TikTok videos that were 100% AI generated, and we had several million impressions from them, and several dozen thousand clicks from them, and some conversions. This is the first one. The second one is we generate the content for the SEO, and we improve the content
Yeah.
for the SEO. So our website is pretty big because we serve more than 500 resorts, and from several dozen airports, and you can multiply the
Right.
number of resorts by number of airports. So we have a lot of pages for the SEO. And when you need to add something, and this is not like you add the same string to every website, to the every page. So you need AI. Translation also. So when we started working with different markets, and like expanding to different markets, we had, after we translated the materials, we increased our conversion rate, I think, more than twice. So and we go, as I mentioned, we are going through all the funnels. So
Yeah.
AI helps us to generate more impressions, to have more pages, then to have more impressions in Google, and to generate more impressions there, to improve the conversion rate, to improve the CTR of the creatives. So every step of the funnel can be improved with AI.
Yeah, that's fascinating. And walk us through how Alps to Alps addresses these challenges. What makes your approach unique?
What makes our approach unique? So Actually, our goal is not to be unique. So we don't want to be unique, but the problem with the AI is that we are like first comers, like everyone in the market. Like 2 years ago, these instruments, they did not exist at all.
Yeah.
And some companies like ours, like Alps to Alps, we adopt changes pretty quickly. And this mindset, it goes from our founder, from write his bullets. So that's his mindset and that's his idea. So every person in the company thinks and learns how to think AI first. I know that not every company like adopt these new features so fast as we do. So yeah, and I took the Reforge course this spring. Yeah, it was in spring, and it was the AI Foundations course, and we had a lot of people from all the companies like Notion, Tinder,
Hmm.
Perplexity, etc., speaking and sharing their results and problems. And yeah, it was mostly problems than results, to be honest. And the thing was that there is no like guidelines how to implement these things, and
Yeah.
that's the problem. So for example, we all know how to run the Google ads campaign or Meta ads campaign. Like there are rules, guidelines, a lot of experience there. But in terms of AI implementations, they know like do A, B, C, and you will get the results. So that's
Yeah.
the problem, and we are all newcomers here.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. And for example, I have a curiosity by then. So, how has AI transformed the way you interact with and understand your customers?
Oh, that's a great question. I love it. Thank you so much. How? First of all, we run user researches like constantly. There is no day where we don't have a user research running.
Yeah.
And first of all, AI helps us transcribe and understand the researches. So you can have a like one AI tool helps you to transcribe the call. The second one helps you. Then you upload it, for example, in Chat GPT. That's the
Yeah.
easiest way. And then you ask questions, for example, get me this, and this insights. Another thing is we have a problem, like I mean, everybody has a problem that the amount of knowledge in this universe exceeds our human capabilities to operate with this knowledge. For example, we have like every year several thousand pages of reports, industry reports are published with numbers, with graphs, with insights, and like it is not possible for every person in the company to read all these reports. So that's not possible. It would
Yeah.
be like days of wasted in reading. So AI helps us with solving these tasks, for like to understand and to extract data and to ask questions to these reports. Then AI helps us to combine this like insights from user interviews with the reports and with our own analytics data.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And for example, how do you maintain the personal touch in your service while leveraging the AI technology?
Uh, how do we maintain the personal touch in our service? Uh, that's actually a great question. For me, the business is humans interacting with humans. And AI is not, I heard this in one of the conferences, that AI is not something new, like let's implement AI and how do we implement
Yeah.
AI. This is not, AI is new way of automation, right? So this is just a very effective and efficient way to automate some processes. So there is no like, and that's why this. Then the answer to your question is the same as how do we maintain personal touch while implementing automations, right? So there are several like layers. First, good and responsive human support. So we have a very good support team and dispatch team. So dispatch means like support for drivers. So then this is the first layer. The second layer is our sales team. So our sales managers are humans. So then when we think about the CRM communications, and it's a we think about the real person, about their persona, about their thoughts, their pains, their feelings, their like etc.
Yeah, yeah.
So even if we are using some automation, some AI for the process, for some parts of the process, it is the human interacting with the human.
And for example, I have another curiosity. So, when you talk to potential clients, what's the biggest misconception they typically have about what you do?
Well, that's also a very good question. When so they we are working in the ski industry, right? So this when a person wants to go to a ski trip, they like have to go through several steps and
Yeah.
like book accommodation, book tickets, flights, transportation, ski passes, etc., etc. So a lot of steps, and uh, there is no like the person honestly doesn't think a lot about how they will feel while the transportation. They are thinking about the ski trip, the skiing
Yeah.
process itself, about the leisure. So, for example, when we speak, for example, about the uh, surfing vacation, we don't think about like what feelings will we have while driving to the spot. No, we think about how will we feel while surfing, right? So
Exactly. The,
that's
the,
the
the
same.
outcome.
The outcome, right, right. So and that's why the main things are reliability. So yeah, reliability, the price, and some other things about the for example families. There are some requests from families, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Okay. And now, looking at the broader industry, what key trends are we seeing emerge?
Well, uh, there are several trends in the tourism industry, in the ski industry, and then in the digital industry. I'd start with the travel industry. uh, Global politics and inflation. So everything becomes more expensive, and currency exchange rates, etc. So it really affects, and most of researchers speak about it. So it really affects the travel industry. Uh, the next thing about the ski industry is global warming. So the snow is not so stable as it was, and some resorts that had snow, for example, from like early December till late spring, now they don't have this kind of snow for. And some resorts they like and weather conditions they are not so
Yeah.
good. This is the next part. But the skiing, when you have weather conditions, the skiing itself is the same as it was like 5, 10, 15 years ago. It's the same. Um, then the digital industry. is that's interesting because we have a lot changing, and I think one of the most important parts that we need less people in the team. So we don't, and that's the trend that started, let's say, 10 years ago when Google and Meta they started to
Yeah.
do all those automations, for example, universal app campaigns in Google and performance marks campaigns for Google search, etc. So you don't need to have 100 media buyers to run the campaign. So you can have several media buyers for each source, and then uh, you need to have automation engineers, developers for automation, and that's important because now you can have no code
Yeah.
solutions like na10 make.com, and there are plenty of them, Mind Studio, etc. So we use them a lot because sometimes it's much easier to do something with the na10, and the marketing process starts, like, it becomes more and more about the development and the processes than it was 10 years ago, and that's actually great. So we can assemble a team of A players, and we the cost of communication is less when you have less people in the team. So you have less meetings, less chats, etc. So you can focus on the tasks.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And in your opinion, what advice would give to other CMOs looking to integrate AI into their marketing strategy?
The advice to the CMOs to integrate AI into their marketing strategy. That's yeah. I have several advices. Let's make it plural. The first one is uh, try hiring AI before hiring a human being. Right?
Okay.
It's not always possible, but AI is now, it is like a, how do they call it? Junior person, like a student. Okay, so when you hire a student, for example, a copywriter, you can hire AI. Then have at least one person in the company, like evangelist, or who will, like, who is uh, who's reading every article, and who is like
Yeah.
always knows all their interesting things about AI, and who is good at automation. Then create like learning curve and some seminars. For example, we have our internal seminars where our AI guys, and not like AI specialists, for example, guys from marketing team, we do internal seminars. We call them tech talks. Uh, and remember that AI is not a new fancy thing. AI is a type of automation. When you see the process that can be automated, for example, when you see some expensive process, for example, the translation process, so you have
Yeah.
1,000 pages, and 900 of them uh, are not visited very often, so you can automate it with the AI. For example, when you see, and then go one by one. For example, content generation. If you go to TikTok, like, I think 90% of TikTok content now, most viral, is AI generated. Yeah, and uh, I think that's it. I can speak for one
Yeah.
hour more with those ideas because we've tested a lot.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're ahead of the curve in many ways, which makes me curious about your growth plans. So, how are you looking to grow in the next year, for example?
You mean personal growth or
In, in, in,
company
in,
growth?
Yeah, in the business basically.
So we are growing. Let's say the market is growing single digit in percents. We are growing double digit almost in some of our parts of the business. They grow triple digit in percents. So and we are expanding into new territories, and yeah. But the business itself, it grows double digit, and yeah. And we are looking for new opportunities.
Yeah, okay. And before we wrap up, I'm curious about what's on the horizon. So when you look at Alps to Alps journey over the next few years, what possibilities excite you the most?
Wow, that's actually a very good question. I it's very hard to choose. It's very hard to choose because we have several like pillars
Mhm.
that excite me, and okay. The first one is new regions. For
Yeah,
example, we have launched the US website, and we have launched the US operations. So the American market is almost as big as the European one. The second is the, let's call them other services, not transportation services, but um, upsales of ski passes, ski rentals, let's say schools, etc. So we have a lot of things to do there. And hyper personalization of the communication. That's also, and building, improving our loyalty. So
yeah,
we have like, and also dog fooding in this business is so exciting, because when you use your dog fooding is using your service.
yeah.
So I love skiing, and so in summer I do wakeboarding, in winter I do skiing, to explore new regions, new opportunities. That excites me a lot. And also, like, another part is nobody knows what will happen in 1 year with AI. So probably we will have like agents who will go and serve the internet for us. Currently, nowadays, these agents, they are not so good. In 1 year, probably they will be much better.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a lot of things happening, and that's great, being in the center of this hurricane, let's say.
Right, right. And for listeners who want to learn more or potentially work with Alps to Alps, what's the best way to get in touch?
Uh, I think the easiest way is to write me in LinkedIn, drop me a message, and it is the easiest way. And I'm pretty active in LinkedIn, so yeah, it's the
Okay,
best way.
perfect, perfect. So thanks for joining me today, Denis, and for this amazing podcast session. And for anyone listening, make sure to check out Alps to Alps socials below in the description because this episode was packed with value and I can't wait to see what you build next.
Thank you, Alexander. It was a great. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, great. See you on the next episode.
Yeah, thanks.